Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. It is FOMC day. It is 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:21 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the pregame show. We just had ADP data come out. It was 296,000. Forecast was 148. So non-farm employment change, typically that is bearish because they're trying to get the job situation to slow down. But market is perceiving it bullishly for now, and we'll just go with it. We have more data coming out at 9:45 and 10 a.m. And most importantly, the data is coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern, FOMC statement, and then the conference thereafter. And we'll go over what's expected, what you can look for. And if you've been with me before, you know we're going to go through the steps of what likely or how it typically unravels. How it develops. Good morning, Shake and Bake, Night Truck, Whitney, Ed, Renaissance Man. Hey, Nugget, it's our Nugget Day. Hey, Audrey, Greg. Hey, Bennett, Topher, Lisa, Coda. The Card Lady, Killian, B-Hawk, Tess, Sam. Hi, Ed. Hi, Mal, Kevin, Pura Vida in Costa Rica. Hey, Bob, Mary, Homebody, Guile. Hey, Joe, it has been a while. Where you been? Hey, SpongeBob, Sandor. Hi, ER. Hey, Killaman. Let's go back up to the top. Yeah, hit that like button, please. So, Coda, and I don't mean to be a smart aleck, it just comes so naturally. It's not like I intentionally want to be sarcastic, but Coda asked, could you explain how to trade Boyle? Carefully, very carefully. Would selling puts be a good strategy? I don't know. If you want to sell puts because you want to trade Boyle to the long side, what technical reason do you have to be in on that trade bullishly? What has Nat Gas shown you? Just selling puts to sell puts? Have the bulls shown the whites of their eyes at all? Nope. We have a little bit of bullish divergence here on the hourly chart where price is making lower lows and RSI is making higher lows, but that alone is not a reason to get in a trade for me. So how do I trade Boyle? If I want to trade Nat Gas long, I trade Nat Gas futures. If you want to trade Boyle long, the leveraged ETF, feel free. Cold has been a cold stone killer for a while here. So I can't advise you to get in long here. My conscience won't let me. I know, Homebody. Bad news is supposed to be good news, bad news. Who knows how it works around here, right? Oil is attempting a bounce here, but oil is a pure on dumpster fire. You are dumpster diving. We are beat up on the RSI. 4-hour RSI is 19. We're trying to bounce here a little bit, but what makes that not a bear flag? I mean, this could still be a bear flag. Bottom line is we are looking for a weekly higher low. And daily is not quite oversold. Can we get to daily oversold and a weekly RSI? Can we get to daily oversold to put in that weekly higher low? Yes, we can. So the weekly higher low is at 64.36. Daily oversold gets to 67.43. So the RSI still has runway to the downside, so please be careful with trying to catch a falling knife. Inventory today at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Some days more than others, I need more coffee. I would say today is one of those days. I should have had that second cup. Bitcoin dominance chart. Looks like it has been dominant. Hourly uptrend. 4-hour uptrend. Daily. A lower high is possible, but they could also take that out as well. Positive uptrend. I was looking at ELF this morning. That's funny that you ask about it. Hello. I was thinking, man, ELF is getting to that point where it may be a buy down here. We're oversold on the hourly. We're approaching it, and we're in a daily uptrend, but we're losing 91.16, and that would cancel our daily uptrend. So then we would need to wait for 4-hour oversold. We're approaching it. I like an ELF long, maybe around 88.37. Let's set that alert. Let me hide that again. Tell me when the 4-hour RSI gets oversold. And then again, we have a lot of fundamental things that could impact the market, so this could be a tough trade. I can tell you in general, I trade less the morning leading up to FOMC decision. Hey, small setback. Always explicit, Mike, Dave. Isn't it, Walter? Hey, Bonnie Bon. It's going great. Hey, Matt. Bonjour, Roger. Hey, Michael. AI. Hola. You're welcome, ER. Okay, I think I got all the chart requests out of the way. We will get started with indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. Market is ever so slightly green this morning. But looking at this 4-hour chart, I wouldn't say that the bulls have an extreme edge here. Odds favor a 4-hour lower high. And I'll tell you how I think this day could develop or unravel, whichever verb fits, but how it could unfold. I know that's the proper word, but my mouth wants to say unravel. Is probably more suiting. Good morning, Tim. Oh, Mary, you better stay out of all the trouble. Let's see. Oh, it says it's going, Jason. I hit the button and I changed the key code this morning. Sorry, y'all. Just a little housekeeping. One second. Let me check my code one more time. Can y'all please hold? We'll officially get started in 1 minute, so it's not like I am making us late. Well, not yet anyway. Okay, May 3rd. Pre-game show. Yep, that's the right one. I got the right code. Let me hit start again and see if that'll work. Oh, I don't have the hyphen in front of it. How did that's new. Okay, 1 second, y'all. I'll get started in 30 seconds. All right, I think it's working. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. Trading View, Salty Sailor, thank all of you for being patient with me. All right, I think I got it working. Yep, perfect. Thank you so much. I missed that hyphen in front. All right, good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chargal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at Chargal Lori, that would be lovely. Check us out at chartguys.com. I am part of Chart Guys, and what we do there is we have fun, but most importantly, we teach technical analysis. We post setups that we see, we post entries, we post exits. Our goal is to teach you how to fish and not just hand you the fish. All right, so today's a big day. Obviously, ADP data just came out. We have more data coming out at 9:45 and 10 a.m. We have crude oil inventory at 10:30, and we got Papa Pal at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then the conference at 2:30 Eastern. That's funny. All right, and so what I do here is go over commodities and indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day. And here is my table. This is what I so fancily call market environment dossier. This is where I bring data forward and I say, okay, this data is jumping off the page. And then where I push data back and say, you know what, this is a nothing burger. This doesn't mean a lot. So I'm not going to put a lot of weight on it. So overall, we're leaning more bullish than bearish. If you look at yesterday's price action, you'd be like, yeah, it doesn't feel too bullish. However, the way that day logically could unfold, I'm not saying it will unfold. This is the way it could unfold logically, okay? Lower high, lower low. We set that lower high somewhere around here by the EMAs. We have enough room for a higher low. And then where do we go from there? Then that becomes the question mark. So this morning, not that. This morning, I am looking for a lower high in this area on ES. I am looking for a lower high. I am already positioned short right now in ES, and I'm actually red right now. So if you wanted to follow that trade, you could. I'm in at 414550. And what I'm looking at here is targeting these EMAs. And if you look, we're already at the 50% retrace. So we've bounced enough for the higher low, but I'm using this synthetic resistance. And I call synthetic resistance. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. This is synthetic resistance. Synthetic support or resistance. This means something else other than price pivots, like Fibonacci, pitchforks, Ichimoku clouds, EMAs, MAs, dark pool levels, unusual option block areas, high gamma. These can all serve as synthetic support or resistance, meaning price did not pivot there. So I'm not shorting thin air. I'm shorting the synthetic resistance. We have the 8 EMA overhead at 4150, 21 EMA at 415525. We have the 50%, the 0.618 fib here at 415875, and the 50% retrace at 414850. So I am short. Now you should be green. If you just followed me, you should be green now. We both should be green now. Let me check that I am. Yes, I am. I did it right. Who could have thunk it? All right. Oh, y'all crack me up. But man, this just got to be a busy chart. So against my better judgment, actually, I'm going to load this layout. I just want a new layout that's blank. I want to make sure that we understand everything here. Let's don't get it twisted. Now I'm going to draw another rectangle because EMAs, shmemas, who cares about that? Odds favor a 4-hour lower high. So I want to make sure that all of that busyness did not cloud your view of why I'm shorting right now. And it doesn't mean I'm right at all. I may take a little bit of profit off and just a couple more ticks. 41, 43, 50. I'll take one off and I'll let the other one ride. I'm in ES full contracts. Okay, ES. So now that we've got all of the graffiti in the world, let's look at your resistance as the high of this move, 41.49.50, and then 41.50 and 41.55. Your next price level is 41.69.50. Hi, Manny. So NASDAQ is holding on just a little bit better than ES. That's why I shorted ES and not NASDAQ. Do you see why? NASDAQ is above the EMAs. ES is not. Okay, NASDAQ, your resistance, the high of this move, 1321.50. And then your next level is way up at 13301. Don't forget, we have Apple earnings tomorrow. So I know, Powell, this is the biggest event of the whole week, but we have Apple earnings tomorrow after hours, and we still have non-farm payrolls on Friday morning. RTY, weak sauce. Resistance, the high of this move, 1747.50, and then 1750 psychological, then 1755, and you have a support at 1738.30. I want y'all to know that it is my extreme desire to be able to answer every single question that y'all ask, because that's why I'm here. I do this for free. I get up hours before the pregame show to prep for this, type up all my notes. My sincere goal is to answer all of your questions, even though that is absolutely impossible. Charting Me and Dan will be live in 23 minutes, which is why I aim to be done 5 to 10 minutes before 7 a.m. my time, because he gets ready for his stream and TCG members go hop on that one. So just know, if you're a TCG member, your questions will get answered anytime you want. In our chat room, we answer questions, and we're live at least 4 times a day. So just know, 3 times a day in the room, 1 time open to the public, and then at any point you can ask a technical question. Sorry about my water bottle. ER, you are very nice. Thank you. Okay. Small setback for a big setup. I like what you're pointing out. If I have time to look at it, I will. Hang Seng was down 1.18% overnight. They were not too happy with the U.S. price action yesterday. DAX is up. DAX is green at 0.78. The European market closes at around 9:30 my time, 11:30 Eastern. Just sometimes that can be a reversal period for the market. But again, I expect a pretty quiet morning and a pretty low volume morning as we wait in anticipation of Powell. Well, not any question, Gregory. It has to be technical related. But yes, and our goal, and we're not licensed to tell you when to enter and when to exit. We don't do that. Our goal is to give you non-biased technical analysis. And when I'm giving you my opinion, it's always my intention to tell you this is Lori's opinion. This is not fact. Okay, here on Bitcoin, we're below the 4-hour EMAs. The 4-hour higher low is currently at 28348. And we're down here testing hourly support. Yes, the Hang Seng made a daily lower high. It's still holding that daily lower low support at 19,520. Back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in its second daily inside bar. Inside bars, we typically look for lower volume and more misdirection as bulls and bears probe liquidity. All right. When I get quiet, I've lost the chat, or I'm going to read the chat or something like that. Yep, AMD did have a bad reaction to earnings. So we're down here testing the support on Bitcoin. We're losing the 21 EMA here on the hourly chart. 28348.74 is your next support. What did I say on my table? I'm just staring at Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin, I did not make a determination. I didn't check bullish or bearish because I thought it was a push. Okay, I just took one contract off that ES short, and I'm going to let the other one ride with the stop over the high of this move up near 41.49. 41.49.50 to be exact. Okay. Don't want to do that. Want to cancel that. So Bitcoin has some weakness coming in. And we have Ethereum right here testing support on this hourly chart, losing the EMAs. Resistance 1873, 60 incoming weakness. Are these 4-hour lower highs being set right now on indices and Bitcoin and Ethereum? Gold. Gold is pulling back. Let me go look at the dollar real quick. Dollar has potential hourly bear flag underneath the 8 EMA. 4-hour inside bar. Daily, we're looking for a higher low. But the dollar is weak. That should be helping gold. But dollar must be bouncing here a bit. And gold's pulling back pretty hard. 15-minute oversold. Looking for a 4-hour higher low. This could be a decent area to bottom fish gold. Do you have a support nearby? No. We ran so hard yesterday that we're in an area with very little support. So be careful buying this dip. I think I did, but I did it very briefly. I thought I did, Bennett, but let's look at it. 33857 is your resistance. It's looking for its 4-hour lower high. And here in this area, I'm a much more comfortable bear than I am a bull. I wanted to show y'all something on ES too. Do y'all see that 50 RSI that I have marked off down here? Do you see how it's acting as resistance? So when you're looking for, I'm going to slow down here because sometimes I glaze over these too fast. When you're looking for a higher probability 4-hour lower high, which is what we're looking for on ES, you can sometimes use, and it works a lot for me, the 50 RSI as a resistance line, and most of the time it matches up with your EMA, and to me that gives me more confidence in that short. Awesome, Bennett. Awesome. So your support is 413925 on ES, and on Dow, I like that short. Okay, back to gold. You don't have a lot of support in this area. We established that. Same thing with silver. Silver ran pretty hard yesterday. Gold is looking for an obvious 4-hour higher low on this pullback. Silver is not so obvious. It had this bobble here, but I guess that we'll allow it, like that guy with the hat on. I forget what movie that is. I'll allow it. I guess we'll allow this bobble here and say that we're looking for a 4-hour higher low. But again, I'd be careful on bottom fishing, how fast you ran up. What's that? What does that look like? Short covering. It looks like, sorry, I hit the microphone. Short covering. Short covering weakens a market. You're not building structure on the way up. So with silver, we could slice right through that because like a hot knife through butter because we didn't establish support on the way up. Oil getting a little bounce going. Be careful giving oil the benefit of the doubt. Be very careful. Inventory today at 10:30. Nat gas. This is trash, y'all. This is trash. And one day I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, oh my God, nat gas is so beautiful. But that day has not been the last month. So this chart is trash. Don't we all wish we would have shorted last week when I said this was a bull trap up here? That would have been fun. Do you know what type of gains that is? Let me tell you. If you traded NG futures, one second. If you traded NG futures, let me see if y'all can see this. Do y'all see that? Every 0.001 cent, every 0.001 cent is $10 per tick, per movement, every 0.001, and that uses $7,920 margin. Okay, looking here, we had 373 ticks, 373. Okay, 373 times 10, that would have been, one contract would have been $3,730. That's a lot of moolah. Nat gas is naughty gas. They call it the Black Widow because it is so dangerous. That type of tick movement with that big dollar amount can really take some people out. So just wanted to show you how I like to do those examples every once in a while just to remind you the power of futures. Okay. All right, we did all of that. Now I'm going to go to our regular 4 and then the Queen of the Mountain trades. But real quick, for any of you who want to take a screenshot, y'all know I do this every FOMC meeting. Yep, yeah, there you go, Night Truck. Okay, so I normally only give my notes to TCG members. I may show my notes once every other week, but overall, I like to save something for the members that pay to be part of Chart Guys. But the JPM for FOMC today, the most likely scenario is a hike, a small hike, the 0.25, and a pause. And that could cause SPY to rise 0.5 to 1%. Second most likely, a hike, and they say they're going to continue to raise rates. SPY falls 0.75 to 1.5. What's very unlikely is no hike and pause, and we rally. Highly unlikely, rate cut, and then we really rally. Y'all, really, really rally. Alliteration. If they raise rates, we really rally. That really is an alliteration. 4 of them. That 3 of the 4 scenarios, the result is bullish per JPM Morgan's predictions. I may take another one off and wait for a bounce to add back. These are good gains for this time of morning. There are 350 of you and only 121 likes, y'all. I'm trying to really bring it for y'all today. Okay. So I go through this every time, so I definitely don't want to read to you because you're not kindergartners. Mark up your charts. I like to stick with the indices. You could look at gold. There is a trader in here that I won't call her out, but y'all probably know who she is. I call her Nugget because I posted a Nugget trade on an FOMC day and she made bank. So that's our inside joke, is I call her Nugget. It's no longer inside. But anyway, gold and indices remain very volatile, typically on FOMC days. Remember, we have 2 reactions: at 2 p.m. when the decision comes out, at 2:30 when Jerome Powell starts talking. Stair steps are your friend, and I highlight this each and every time. It's huge. We watch Dan do it. Dan goes live for FOMC for TCG members, so we watch the master at work. You want to buy or sell on the right side of the V. It can go against you a lot further than you think. Low volume mornings. That initial reaction isn't always the real one. The second one, when Powell's talking, could also just be an overreaction. The third reversal is typically the real reaction after folks have digested the information. Use stop losses. And if you've never traded FOMC before, paper trade it. If you are an inconsistently profitable trader, I would not trade this. I would trade it paper because this is a good way to get your face ripped off. All right, that's enough of all that fun talk. All right. Nat gas, I went over that it's trash. Okay, so Apple is holding these EMAs here on this hourly chart. It's holding them. We have an EQ going on. High, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high. Do y'all remember what I said yesterday? 170.51. 170.51 is the level. And I circled it right there. I circled it on the daily chart. Right there. 1751, y'all. We can't get through it. Couldn't get through it here. Couldn't get through it here. Is this the end of the line for Apple? I think you could possibly short 170 on a pop, on any pop. I think you could look to short it. Okay. However, Apple is a little stronger than QQQ. No, QQQ is bouncing. Okay, earlier, let me change this now. I had QQQ a little bit weaker, but it's bounced back up over the EMAs now. So I'm going to unhighlight this. Okay. Hello, hello. IEP, didn't they get hit yesterday with the Bear Cave report? If I have time, I'll look at it. Okay, so Apple, we have an EQ to watch right here on the hourly chart. We have an EQ. Amazon. We're running into the 50 MA, we're over yesterday's high. Amazon with relative strength. What do? We mark up yesterday's high. If we gap up over 1039 and we come back to 1039, touch it or barely go back inside and then come back out, that's bullish. And that's a sign to go long. That means the bulls aren't playing and they're saying, nope, bears, turn around, U-turn. Nvidia is weak on AMD earnings. Inside bar yesterday and we were gapping below. Are y'all catching what I'm throwing? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If we gap below and we come back and touch it and bulls are unable to re-enter yesterday's range decisively, then that's a short. Okay? Short. It's a short. If you can't reclaim yesterday's range or you can't fill that gap, that is weak sauce. Tesla. Hey, Mark 13. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the video link below. In the video description, it says Lori's chart setup. It's a PDF. You can click on that, or you can Google YouTube Dan and Lori's chart setup, chart guys, and chart guys Joey Jungle Funk walks you through how to set up your chart like mine. But mine are the 8 and 21 EMAs and the 50 simple. The 50 simple is the yellow one. All right, AMD. Bounces are for shorting during regular trading hours. RSI of 70 during regular trading hours. I will be looking for AMD potential short. RSI of 70 on the 15-minute chart. I will be looking for a potential reverse back burner on AMD. CCL. I like this for a short. This is a high risk short. Stay with me now. Hey now. So on CCL, on the daily chart, can y'all see the 200 MA right there, that purple symbol right there? Can you see it? I wish I could. If I could make sound effects, I'd be dangerous. My son used to beg me to do the car thing. Like, I could not do it. I can't do it. I mean, most men I know can do that. Why can't women do the sound effects? I don't know. It's one of my, we'll chalk it up as one of my weaknesses. One of them. So we have the 200 MA overhead. Got a tightening range. Super tight range. I like a top fish of 954 on CCL. And this is high risk because CCL hasn't been playing any games. It's been bullish. I want to take this opportunity to possibly short the daily simple 200 MA. You're welcome. MARA and Riot. I like top fish setups against, shoot. It's already busted. They're already going down in light of the market and Bitcoin going down. Okay, so now you have to wait for bounces to short. Busted. Tell me when RSI gets up to 70 on the 5-minute on Riot and Mara, looking for lower highs compared to yesterday's high. Shoot, shoot, shoot. One second. Okay. If I click on another screen, I lose my chat, and that always, I need to figure out where I can put my chat so I don't lose it. Okay, so Mara and Riot, I like short, CCL short against yesterday's high. AMD, I like a reverse back burner. Nvidia, I like a reverse back burner. Amazon, watch for that gap fill action. If it gaps up and can't fully fill yesterday's gap, that's bullish. Yes, Dana, might poop. I'm on TD Ameritrade, but I'm part of the Hard to Borrow program. So you can, if you have a balance of $100,000 or greater, you can call and enroll in the Hard to Borrow program. What do I love to do? I like to short at everything. I'm kidding, tomato juice. That's a complicated answer, tomato juice. I do like to short at the daily simple 50 moving average or simple 200 MA when they're overhead, but I need a confluence of signals. That can't be my only signal to go short. It can't be. Okay. Oh, Night Truck, you're so nice. MCD. Quarter pounders are in. My word. Heller. Okay, when I see a chart like that, the first thing I do is go tell me when that RSI gets oversold on the hourly chart, and I love those longs. So that chart's beautiful. You can short equities, Kipu. You can short in TD Ameritrade. You don't have to have $100,000, but if the name is hard to borrow, you have to have $100,000. If it's one of those names that's heavily shorted like Tesla, Riot, Mara, those are part of the Hard to Borrow program, and you have to have $100,000. The last time I looked, but things can change. KAM, AEM. I don't know, and if I answer this, I'm a liar. Manny Lynn, does AEM keep going or reject? It's part of precious metals. It had a beautiful day yesterday. Today is FOMC. FOMC typically has a pretty large impact to gold. I would be very careful with AEM going into FOMC. Once you can establish a clear direction after FOMC, then maybe. But it has a very bullish chart right now. Let me just say that. Yeah, Tesla, I had to enroll in the Hard to Borrow program in order to short Tesla. But again, you have to have 100,000 to enroll in that program. And if someone else knows something different, y'all let me know. But I checked into it recently for someone else. IEP. Yeah, IEP getting wrecked. Low of yesterday, 36.80. Next support, 35.88. This is a dumpster fire. 3-day no touch rule is what I would go by. All right. I think that's it for me. It's 6:59. TCG members, I'll have these notes to you in just a second, and I'll copy a snapshot of my table as well. Y'all use stop losses. Oh, there's ELF hourly oversold. I'm not going to touch it after hours. I may give it a look after the market opens. And you should be nice and green on your ES short. Now I'm leaving.